Hi, welcome back to channel, TrainStation2. Alright, we claim both legends, getting first in the fourth competition that allows me to do so. And of course, if you have not voted, you should do it, apparently just for a bit of gems, and nonetheless it goes a long way. So just pick your most favorites in terms of what you really prefer and go for it. So at the start of this fourth competition, as usual, we start about 12 hours late, but we're slightly earlier, about 11 hours. So always is good to start between 10 to 12 hours, and then with all the EP hit start, that will propel yourself up towards the ranking chart. So here we go. We'll collect the 10 gems for a gift or voting, and then of course go save up all this precious particles. Right, so along the way, I mean, you should have already claimed your nanoparticle epic train. That would actually do a long way of earning those EP, because sometimes you're stuck as previous events when there's EP. Because of epic trains we can't do it, but now we have this epic train. Nothing is stopping us from securing that good number of EPs. So at the same time, with the legend trains on board, that allows us to really do those 100 EP jobs, which I'm going to share with you later on. On the onset, you'll just see 140 golden parts, and you think nothing much about that, but once you clear that, it's actually 100 EP job behind the scene. So make sure you do that. At the same time, I'm trying my best here to clear off all these stubborn transport hub jobs. It takes a long while, but nonetheless it's important to do so. Apparently this unlocks another jobs along the progress pathway. In terms of the progress chart, you got to check out, and by clicking on the event map itself, then you'll see a progress pathway. This is indeed a stubborn transport hub job that you got to finish. Then of course, as usual, if you could spare some time, watch some videos, you may get extras. That is of course play the silly game, the small little silly game in terms of the railway. Initially I was thinking that actually gave some good rewards, but no, it's really tiny, but nonetheless that helps a bit in terms of the small amount of coins, in terms of the event coins I needed. You know, you've been watching my video, you know, I got second in the third competition. That's deterred me from getting the legendary train, because 2 first is 350 times 2 is 700, and then with 250 it's just 950. So along the way I do many of those silly mini games, and with that we achieve this. All right, so this is the 1000 legendary coin train that I've been eyeing for so long. So with that I have still a small surplus. Next I'll be eyeing for that 4000 event keys legendary, which I'll come to it later on. So make sure you do those small little silly games. All right, so do of course with that legendary unlocked that 100 EP job you can see on the screen right now. So after that 140 so-called parts behind the scene, as I said, 100 EP jobs, so that would actually propels you to the ranking chart way ahead of your competitors. So just make sure you do that, and not forgetting with this strong legend train on board, it's a very powerful capacity of 50. It makes things so much easier, especially those that require the epic trains, also called the event train, to do it. And your epic train must be doing you proud so far with the strong capacity until the legend comes about. So with now a legend and epic, that actually super powerful. So let's check out the ranking chart. Now it's 940. Eventually, you know, I ended with 3000 over EP, and just about near to, I think, maybe 2000 EP ahead of the second place. So that's how much the legendaries and of course the epic train makes a huge difference. So looking at here, trying my best to clear off some to fight for EP, but at the same time bear in mind the importance that the EP will give you ranking chart progression, but what you really need is really the epic keys or the event keys. In getting the epic train with regarding from nanoparticles no longer required, will be getting the legendary train, and eventually you can go for the rare and the common. It's very unlike previous events whereby the epic train is a something to toy about because you couldn't afford it. But now this event allows us to have both legendaries and an epic train. Then we could think about the common and the rare as well. Then of course, with that stubborn job clears out, the new job comes aboard, barracks. All right, so barracks have another 10 sets of barracks jobs to clear. Stubborn jobs as well. Definitely you can check out the event maps, progress path and tracking maps that unlocks barracks, and eventually barracks gonna clear off so you can unlock the final jobs. So here we are at the final moments of that competition 4, and of course going to check out later on that great legendary train I'm talking about so far. Now checking in terms of the ranking chart, we finished first, 2000 EP ahead. That's so much because of that legend and epic train. And of course now we're just stuck with 221 of the event keys, shortage of that 4000 event keys. But let's see whether we can do some magic here, changing all the coins that we can, and realize I have something I've not changed for. All right, so I have this 300 keys and think that's perfect. All right, so with that silly games, we save out a bit of precious commodity, and we can change now the precious legendary train. All right, the second legendary train is a really beautiful train here, much better than I expected. So with 2 powerful engines on board and plus the epic, I think competition 5 or 6 would be smooth sailing, hopefully, of course, not facing really tough competitors. And now it's only left with the fact that probably a rare and a common train. Thank you so much for watching. Do like and subscribe. Goodbye.